Welcome to Movie Recaps with Brian. Subscribe below for daily recaps. Today we're recapping The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont. In 1947, Portland, Maine, banker Andy Dufresne, actor Tim Robbins, is convicted of murdering his wife and her lover and is sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms at Shawshank State Prison. Quiet, educated, and seemingly aloof, Andy quickly becomes a target for abuse in the harsh prison environment. He is befriended by Ellis Boyd Red Redding, actor Morgan Freeman, a longtime inmate and contraband smuggler who agrees to get Andy small comforts, including a rock hammer and a poster of movie star Rita Hayworth. Andy is assigned to the prison laundry, where he is repeatedly assaulted by a group of predatory inmates known as the Sisters, led by Boggs Diamond, actor Mark Rolston. In 1949, Andy seizes an opportunity to win favor with the guards when he overhears Captain Byron Hadley, actor Clancy Brown, complaining about losing most of an inheritance to taxes. Andy offers him legal advice on how to shelter the money, earning Hadley's gratitude and protection. After the sisters beat Andy nearly to death, Hadley violently cripples Boggs, who is soon transferred to a minimum security facility, effectively ending the attacks. Warden Samuel Norton, actor Bob Gunton, a strict and self-righteous man, soon recognizes Andy's financial expertise and assigns him to assist aging inmate Brooks Hatlin, actor James Whitmore, in the prison's run-down library. Officially, Andy is there to help with clerical work, but Norton uses him to manage illicit financial operations, laundering money for the prison staff and funneling kickbacks into his own pocket. Meanwhile, Andy writes persistent weekly letters to the state legislature requesting funds to improve the prison library. In 1954, Brooks is paroled after 50 years behind bars. Unable to adjust to the outside world, he becomes despondent and ultimately takes his own life, devastating the prison community. Years later, Andy's relentless letter-writing campaign finally pays off. The state sends books, records, and funds to renovate the library. Andy uses this windfall to expand educational opportunities for inmates, even daring to play an operatic record, The Marriage of Figaro over the loudspeakers, giving the prisoners a fleeting glimpse of beauty and freedom. For his defiance, Andy is sent to solitary confinement, but he emerges more convinced than ever that hope is essential to survival. By the early 1960s, Norton has expanded his corruption by using prison labor to undercut local businesses, profiting heavily from the scheme. Andy launders the money under the fictitious identity Randall Stevens. In 1965, Andy and Red befriend Tommy Williams, actor Gil Bellows, a young inmate convicted of burglary. Andy tutors him, helping him earn his high school equivalency diploma. In gratitude, Tommy confides that a cellmate from another prison once confessed to the murders for which Andy was convicted. Andy believes this proves his innocence and takes the information to Norton. But Norton, fearing the collapse of his lucrative schemes, refuses to consider Andy's release. To silence Tommy, Norton orders Captain Hadley to kill him, staging it as an escape attempt. Andy, devastated, is thrown into solitary confinement for 2 months after threatening to expose the warden's corruption. Norton further warns him that the library will be dismantled and his protection revoked if he stops cooperating. When Andy emerges from solitary, he speaks cryptically to Red about his dream of living in Zihuatanejo, a coastal town in Mexico where he could live freely and peacefully. He asks Red to visit a hayfield in Buxton should he ever be released, where something important is buried. Red, sensing Andy's despair, worries that he is planning to kill himself, especially after Andy requests a length of rope. The next morning, the guards discover Andy's cell empty. A furious Norton throws a rock at Andy's poster of Raquel Welch, only to discover a tunnel hidden behind it. Over 19 years, Andy had painstakingly carved his way through the prison wall with his rock hammer, concealing the debris and progress with his posters. On the night of his disappearance, Andy crawled through the tunnel and escaped into a sewage pipe, emerging outside Shawshank. Disguised in Norton's suit, he made his way to local banks as Randall Stevens, withdrawing over $370,000 in laundered funds and mailing a ledger of incriminating records to a local newspaper. When the story breaks, the state police storm, Shawshank. Hadley is arrested, and Norton, facing certain disgrace, takes his own life. The following year, Red is finally granted parole after 40 years of imprisonment. Like Brooks before him, he struggles to adapt to life on the outside, haunted by institutionalization and despair. But unlike Brooks, Red clings to the memory of Andy's words about hope. He travels to Buxton and finds a cache buried under a volcanic rock. Inside is money and a letter urging him to join Andy in Mexico. Choosing to break his parole, Red journeys to Zihuatanejo, where he finds Andy working on a boat by the shore. The two friends embrace, reunited at last, and the story closes on a vision of freedom, friendship, and the enduring power of hope. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below to watch more movie recaps with Brian. Watch the full movie on your streaming sites and comment below which movie you'd like to see recapped next.